Good morning, world. Johnny Stevens is here, David Graff is here, and I'm Joe Time.
Hey.
We're glad to have y'all out there.
Yeah, that's
Glad
right.
to be here, aren't we?
Woo! David is our county ag agent, and y'all look at this beautiful quilt that we got in just the last day or two. We got different quilts we're showing you to have for years, and the same thing, but this is one that was courtesy of the 50-plus zone.
Right.
And there's some women down there that make a bunch of these and donate them through hospice and other organizations. Oh, that's nice. We want to show this one off.
Yeah, it is. It's really nice.
Wheat crop. We're going to make a wheat crop around here?
Well, it's going to be hit or miss. I mean, some places we were actually out and we're finishing up kind of a test plot a couple of days ago, and that one did really well. They got it planted, you know, in the end of September, so it still had some moisture. So they had good plant population there. And then they caught some rains. They missed some hail, some wind. And so they were doing really well. I mean, we were talking some 40, 50 bushel. Really? Some 40, 50 bushel yields across that, you know. And then I know some actually went out and looked up field last week, and you drive down the road 70 miles an hour, it looks pretty good. But if you a little slower you get, the worse it looks. And I mean, I'll bet you we counted like 100 heads the way the crop adjusters do. And I mean, we had a bunch of those. I bet you there's not going to be 10% of it harvested. So I mean, it won't even be worth pulling in.
Well, what wasn't shattered was laying over, the stem was broke, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, either that or it was shelled out. There was wheat all over the ground.
Goodness
gracious. Yeah, it just knocked the wheat out of the
head. Depends. It's kind of like how much rain did you get. Depends on where you live.
That's right.
You know, what kind of wheat crop you're going to have. It depends on where you live.
That's exactly right. So yeah, we're lucky. We're going to have some wheat. You know, I know west of here, they're not going to have much wheat there. We were just lucky here to get some rainfall on that. So, yeah, we were lucky for that. What are you working on there?
I'm working on a deal that your secretary sent me.
Yeah.
And
Khaki Weed.
Yeah, let's take a look. See if
I don't know.
It doesn't work.
Oh, I can talk about it. Yeah, Khaki Weed is a little flat weed, green weed. And you may not realize that, but if you talk about little stickers, they're not quite the size of an eraser. And I mean, that thing will eat you up. And it's covered a lot of lawns before, especially a couple of years ago, but I'm still getting calls about it.
Right.
A lot of people still not aware of what that is. Excuse me. But yeah, the worst thing you can do is mow it really low.
Ooh.
Yeah, you don't want to mow it low. That's where we've had the worst problems is where people mow it really low. Best thing you can do is fertilize, water good. If you got the ability to do that, just get your own lawn, you know, real lush and thick. If you don't, you've got to deal with it right now. The main thing is you want to get something on it before it gets really hardened up and before it gets a seed head in it. So you can use like a 2,4-D, a dicamba, do something like that. The best thing you can do if you've really got a bad infestation is you just need to put out some pre-emerge next year, like February or March.
Would it deal on grass burr too, or not?
Pardon?
Grass burr. What about them?
Yeah, well, I hadn't had many calls yet, but it's a little early. But yeah, if you're not seeing any of those, it's still not a little late to go ahead and do some. I did some pre-emerge late last year because there's going to be more than one flush, and so it helped prevent some of those later ones, even if you're a little late for the early ones. But yeah, you can be sure and do that.
All right. We're going to take a break for the weather. We're going to be back with more with our county ag agent and with Cowboy Johnny.